This is the happiest day of my life.
You look beautiful.
Imagine your phone buzzes at midnight. 3 videos pop up, and in those videos your fiancé is in bed with 3 different women at his bachelor party. This isn't a nightmare. This is my reality, and what I did next shocked everyone, including myself. Stay with me because this story will change how you see love forever. My name is Sarah, and 2 nights before my wedding at 11 p.m. my phone lit up with 3 messages from an unknown number. I opened them, and there he was, James, my fiancé. Man, I was supposed to marry in 48 hours in a hotel room with 3 different women. The first video showed him with a blonde woman sitting on his lap, kissing her, touching her like I didn't exist, like our 3 years together meant nothing. The second video was him shirtless, with a brunette on the bed, doing things that made me want to throw up, and the third video destroyed me completely. 3 women all over him, and he was laughing, smiling, enjoying every second of his betrayal. I dropped my phone, my hands shaking uncontrollably. I couldn't breathe, couldn't think, couldn't process what I just saw. My sister ran into the room hearing me sob. She grabbed my phone, watched the videos, and her face went from confusion to pure rage. Sarah, oh my God, I'm so sorry. She held me while I broke down completely. That night, I cried harder than I ever had in my life. The man I loved, the man I trusted, the man I was about to spend my life with had just destroyed everything we built together. And the worst part, he had no idea. I knew he was probably still at that party having the time of his life while I was dying inside. Morning came and I barely slept. My eyes were swollen, my head was pounding, but something inside me shifted. I wasn't just heartbroken anymore. I was angry, furious actually. How dare he do this to me? How dare he make me look like a fool? I needed answers, so I texted the unknown number back. Who are you? And why did you send me this? Within minutes, I got a response. I'm Amy. I was hired to be at the party. Your fiancé friends paid us. We're escorts. But when I saw his phone background was you smiling in a wedding dress, I felt sick. I thought you deserved to know what he was doing 2 days before marrying you. My blood went cold. He paid for this. His best friend Mike didn't surprise him with escorts. James knew about it. James wanted it. James chose to betray me. This wasn't a drunken mistake. This was planned, deliberate, intentional. I asked Amy for more details, and she told me everything: the penthouse suite, the champagne, how excited James was telling the girls this was his last night of freedom. Last night of freedom, like I was a prison he was about to enter, like marriage to me was some kind of punishment that needed one final night of cheating to cope with. I felt nauseous, but I also felt something else. Determination. I wasn't going to let him get away with this. I wasn't going to quietly cancel the wedding and disappear. I was going to expose him. I called my best friend. Rachel told her everything, and she immediately said, Sarah, we're not letting him walk away from this. We're going to make sure everyone knows exactly who he is. I agreed completely. I downloaded all 3 videos, backed them up on the cloud, and started planning something big. Saturday morning, James showed up at my apartment with coffee and bagels, smiling like nothing happened. Hey babe, big day tomorrow. You excited? I stared at him, looking for any sign of guilt, any hint of remorse, but there was nothing. Just that same charming smile that had fooled me for 3 years. Yeah, I'm excited, I lied, forcing myself to smile back. He kissed my forehead and said, I can't wait to marry you. Sarah, you're everything to me. I wanted to scream. I wanted to throw the coffee in his face. I wanted to show him those videos right there, but I didn't. I stayed calm because I had a plan. That evening was our rehearsal. Dinner, both families, they're all our friends. Everyone celebrating our love. James gave this beautiful speech about how lucky he was to have me, how he'd never let me go, how he'd love me forever. And the whole time, I sat there knowing the truth. Knowing that in less than 24 hours everyone else would know it too. I went home that night and finalized everything. Tomorrow at the wedding I would play those videos on the big projector screen we'd rented for our photo slideshow. I would expose James in front of 300 guests, in front of his Family, my family, our friends, everyone, would see exactly what he did. Sunday morning wedding day, I woke up feeling strangely calm. I got my hair done, my makeup done. I put on my expensive white wedding dress and looked in the mirror. I looked beautiful, but I wasn't a bride anymore. I was a woman about to blow up her own wedding to expose the truth. The venue looked perfect. White roses everywhere, candles glowing, string lights twinkling. It was supposed to be the happiest day of my life. Instead it was about to become the most dramatic. I arrived at the venue, and guests started taking their seats. James was at the altar looking handsome in his tuxedo, smiling at everyone, playing the perfect groom. The music started. I walked down the aisle on my father's arm. Everyone stood up smiling. Some were crying happy tears. James had tears in his eyes too, watching me walk toward him, probably thinking he got away with it, probably thinking I had no idea what he did 2 nights ago. We reached the altar. The officiant began his speech, and then he said, "Before we start the vows, the couple has prepared a special video to share their love story with everyone." The lights dimmed, the projector turned on. This was it. This was the moment everything would change. At first the video showed normal photos of us, our first date, our trips together, our proposal. Everyone smiled and awed, but then the photos stopped, and the first video from the bachelor party started playing. James with the blonde woman kissing, touching. The room went silent. You could hear a pin drop. Then gasps started. What is this? Oh my God, is that James? People pulled out their phones, started recording. James turned white as a ghost. He looked at me, his eyes wide with horror. "Sarah, what is this?" he stammered. I didn't answer, I just watched. As the second video played, him with the brunette, even more explicit, even more damning. His mother screamed. His father stood up, furious. My mother started crying. My father looked like he wanted to murder James. Then the third video played, all 3 women all over him. The room erupted into complete chaos, people yelling, crying, shouting. James tried to rush toward the projector to turn it off, but my brothers blocked him. "No, let everyone see what you did," one of them shouted. Mike, his best man, tried to defend him. "It was just a bachelor party, guys, come on." But nobody was listening. When the videos finished, I finally spoke loud and clear, so everyone could hear. 2 nights ago, while I was home preparing for today, the man standing next to me paid 3 women to spend the night with him. This wasn't a mistake. This wasn't his friends forcing him into something. He chose this. He wanted this, and now all of you know exactly who James really is. James was panicking. "Sarah, please let me explain. I love you. This was a huge mistake. I can fix this." But I stepped away from him. "Don't touch me. Don't you dare touch me. You had 3 years to be faithful, 3 years to prove you loved me, and 2 days before our wedding, you threw it all away for 1 night with strangers." His mother was sobbing. His father grabbed him by the arm. "James, how could you do this?" His siblings looked mortified. My family surrounded me protectively. My dad walked up to James and said, "You're lucky we're in a church, because if we weren't, I'd break every bone in your body." I turned to face all the guests. "Thank you all for coming. I'm sorry you had to see that, but I refuse to protect a man who betrayed me. I refuse to marry someone who doesn't respect me, and I refuse to stay silent about what he did." I walked down the aisle alone, still in my wedding dress, head held high. My bridesmaids and family followed me out. We went straight to the reception venue that we'd already paid for thousands of dollars, and you know what we did? We partied. We turned my ruined wedding reception into a celebration of me leaving a cheater. We danced, we ate, we laughed, and I felt free. Meanwhile, back at the venue, James was getting destroyed. His family was yelling at him. Guests were leaving in disgust. Some were still recording the whole thing, and by that evening, the videos had gone viral. Someone posted them online, and millions of people saw them. James became famous overnight, but not in a good way. He was labeled the bachelor party cheater. His face was everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, everyone was talking about him. His employer saw the videos and called him in for a meeting. They didn't want the negative publicity, so they let him go. He lost his job, his reputation, his friends, even Mike stopped talking to him. James tried contacting me hundreds of times. Calls, texts, emails, showing up at my apartment begging me to talk to him, but I had Nothing to say. I blocked him on everything, filed a restraining order when he wouldn't stop, and moved on with my life. Months passed and I heard through mutual friends that he was in therapy, broke, living with his parents, completely destroyed by what happened, and honestly I didn't feel bad, not even a little bit. He made his choices, he faced the consequences, that's how life works. People asked me if I regretted exposing him so publicly, if I thought I went too far, and my answer was always the same: absolutely not. He humiliated me first, he betrayed me first, he destroyed our relationship first. I just made sure everyone knew the truth. Amy, the escort who sent me the videos, reached out again. She said she was sorry for being part of that night, but also said she was glad. She told me because I deserved better. We actually became friends, which is crazy when you think about it. A year later, I'm living in a new city, new job, new life. I'm dating again, but taking it slow, learning to trust. Again, it's not easy, but I'm getting there. I'm stronger now, wiser. I know my worth, and I'll never settle for less than I deserve ever again. My story isn't just about revenge. It's about self-respect. It's about refusing to be a victim. It's about standing up for yourself even when it's scary, even when it's painful, even when everyone thinks you should just stay quiet and move on privately. To anyone watching this who's been cheated on, betrayed, lied to, I want you to know you're not alone. Your pain is real and you have every right to feel angry, but don't let that anger consume you. Use it to fuel your growth, to become stronger, to choose better next time. You deserve someone who chooses you every single day, someone who wouldn't dream of betraying you, someone who loves you so much that hurting you would hurt them more. Don't settle for anything less than real, honest, loyal love. James lost the best thing that ever happened to him, and he knows it. I was real, I was loyal, I loved him completely, and he threw it away for 3 strangers in a hotel room. That was his loss, not mine. Sometimes I wonder if he's changed, if he regrets what he did, if he wishes he could go back and make a different choice, but honestly, I don't care anymore. His life is his journey, mine is mine, and they don't connect anymore. What I do know is that exposing him was the right decision. For me, it gave me closure, it gave me power, it showed me that I'm stronger than I ever thought possible. And it warned other women about who he really is. That wedding day was supposed to be about love and commitment. Instead, it became about truth and justice, and you know what, I'm okay with that, because I'd rather have a painful truth than a beautiful lie. My message to everyone watching is simple: don't tolerate disrespect, don't ignore red flags, don't protect people who hurt you. Be brave enough to walk away from what's not right. Even if it's hard, even if it hurts, even if everyone thinks you're crazy. I walked away from a cheater in front of 300 people, and I've never regretted it, not for 1 second, because I deserve better, and so do you. Never forget that.